Hello, this is Abundant Lei 118. Thank you for coming to my channel. I hope you've had a wonderful day. So I actually got the reading started and realized that there was some technical issues with my sound. So I do apologize. I had to re-record. So I do already have the cards laid out here. I already did my protection mist from the list of messages, and I'm just going to go back in and just go from where I was, starting from the way I read it, and continue from there. So I do apologize. I'm just going to go back through. I chose today, we did the Hidden Truth Volume 2 deck. And then we'll be doing a clarifier from the What's the Tea. I'm sorry, not a clarifier, an extra energy from the What's the Tea to kind of read into it. So what we had so far, I am in a committed relationship. So the person that this energy is coming from is someone who is currently in a relationship. So collective, if that's you that's in a relationship, then this is how you are feeling about someone else, or what you want to say to this other person. But if you are single, this is coming from someone who is in a committed relationship, and underneath that was, you broke my heart. And I see now also, I can't reach out. So this person cannot reach out to you. They cannot communicate with you at this time, because they are in a relationship, and because you did actually break their heart. So they feel some type of way because you really hurt them. Or like I said, if collective, if this is you, this other person, so the cross watcher hurt you. And that's where we are. So I did also mention in the first reading that this does not have to be a romantic partner. This could be a friend. Confirmation from my phone. This could be a friend. This could be a family member. It could just mean it could be like a relative where they are someone married. So sometimes the indicators there are not telling you that this person's in a committed relationship, so that's why they can't talk to you, because you guys are, because of that. It's more of saying, so you can get an idea of who the person is. This is someone who is in a committed relationship that cannot reach out to you, and they feel heartbroken by you. Okay, it does not mean that they're in a committed relationship, and so because you broke their heart, they won't reach out to you, because it doesn't have to be that. Can it be that? Yes, but that's not the main thing. What the real focus is that the person who this is coming from, they're in a relationship, and at this time they can't reach out to you, but they are telling you that you did break their heart, and that's kind of where some of this is coming from. This person admires you. Okay, they really look up to you. They feel like you're someone that really stands out for them. You show them and teach them things about themselves, and you're someone that they look up to, very genuinely look up to. They felt confirmation from my phone. They feel like you're someone that represents what it is to be a good person. You're someone that they can, I don't like the word idolize, but I see it in that sense of when I grow up, I would want to be like you. It's that type of energy. They really, really think you're an outstanding person. They think you're a great parent. They just really adore you, and they find that you're someone that is someone that they really care for in a very, very, very deep way, because of the way that you give to them, the way that you give to others, how you show up for others. They really value that in you, and they think that you do a great job of almost making it look easy, how you effortlessly do things like that, like how you effortlessly care for others, how you the way you communicate, the way you articulate things. Like, you just have this very beautiful way of expressing yourself, and this person really, really admires that. Okay, so will you ever make things right? So when I got to this card, the way I kind of saw it was, and obviously collective, you will know which side of the fence you stand on. One view of it is, this person is used to you always fixing things, and so they want you to fix it. Okay, or the opposing energy was, I am the one who always fixes things. So if you really want this to work, you fix it. And so it gave me standstill energy between the two parties because both are being very stubborn about who should fix it, who's responsible for fixing it. And I kind of went into saying how it's asking, honestly, for someone to be the bigger person if this is something you really want. And if you both feel so sure that you're not going to be the one to fix this, then this might be the point where you need to go ahead and say this relationship is where it's at and where it shall remain. Because relationships need compromise. Any relationship, it doesn't matter if it's family, it doesn't matter if it's friends, it doesn't matter if it's a loving partner, business, whatever, there has to be compromise. And I got two very strong personality types that are like, I'm not doing it, you do it. And if both parties are coming from, I'm not doing it, you do it, no one's willing to bend. I'm hearing the Beauty and the Beast song, right, where she says, and someone bends unexpectedly, right? In order for this to work, in order for there to be some type of resolve, someone's going to have to bend. Now, I get it. This person is saying that they can't really communicate at this time with you. And they're more or less saying, okay, I can't talk. And I'm in a relationship where maybe they can't talk. So maybe the dynamics of the connection between you two was a little complicated. Or maybe even the way everything ended, it didn't end in the most amicable way. Thus why maybe their partner was there when this all went down, or who, just any of those things. Or maybe their partner heard. You know how sometimes when you're getting into a relationship and you're kind of talking about things you've experienced, maybe this person talked about you and didn't paint the best picture of you to their partner. So their partner is like absolutely not and unwilling to even give you that chance. So it's something in that means. And this would, again, go back to, if this is what this person did, then yeah, they would have to be the one to fix it, because they clearly want this relationship. And that's something I have to say. This person wants this relationship. That's something I felt immediately, okay? Them telling you, I can't talk, I'm in this relationship and you broke my heart, was just them kind of wanting to level the playing field so you can see how they feel, right? Or if this is you collective, you trying to get the other person to see, like, you really hurt me. Like, but, and I say but, liberally, okay? But I want this, okay? I didn't get, and I actually can't say that because underneath, I can't reach out, was I am waiting patiently. So this person does want this, okay? Even though they are stubborn, and like I said, I feel like you're both very stubborn, this person does want this. They want this this comeback, okay? They want you guys to reconnect. There you go. My brain was not, I wanted to say recollect, and I'm like, that is not the word. It wants this reconnection with you. This person wants this badly, okay? They want for you two to come together and be one. Excuse me. And to talk it out and to work through it. They want this. They really do. So I know for a fact, because like I said, I kind of already went through, so it's because they do love you. This person loves you a lot. Like a lot, okay? Like, they really, really, really like you a lot. And I said like, but it's love. They love you. Very genuinely love you. And like I said, this is family. You're someone that they would never be able to replace, but you're in a very uncomfortable situation, right? This person feels hurt. They feel betrayed, and they have not yet done the part for themselves where they take ownership. And maybe it's both of you. Maybe both of you have been kind of pointing the finger at the other. And again, when you point fingers, there's fingers pointing back at you. So, and there's way more fingers that point back at you than that point outward. So that tells you there's a lot more that is your responsibility to do in any situation that I think neither of you have done just yet. And it's because you really want to, you don't want to be responsible. I'm just going to be honest. Neither of you wants to be responsible for this, but that doesn't change. Ooh. Excuse me. That doesn't change who's responsible for it or not. Just because you don't want to own it doesn't mean that you're not still responsible for how you feel about it. You're still responsible for your feelings on it, and you are responsible for fixing it, right? For healing it, for recovering it. Anything else? Trying to see, is there anything else I feel from this? I'm shuffling because I want to make sure I get a chance to get this one in here. But I was trying to see if I feel anything else from this. No, I just want you guys to remember, collective, that we always get to change the way we view things. So I think that that's what we both need, is a change in perspective of the situation. I think you both need to kind of review everything and see, okay, where were areas where I maybe held back? I didn't show up in my best image, or I didn't show up as my best self. I hid things from this person. I may have omitted the truth in certain situations, right? And I know it's sometimes like, okay, well, everybody doesn't need to know everything. Excuse me. That's respectable at times, right? But I feel like there's certain relationships that we know, like, we're holding back out of shame, not because that person doesn't deserve to know. It's our shame of it. We feel shameful about it. And I'm not saying you have to tell them right away, but I'm saying that they are owed at least some of the knowledge of these things, especially if it's something that pertains to them. And I feel like that's part of it, is that this pertains to this person a bit. And so there's a part of you. Ooh, that one that flipped out is nice. I've never seen that card. So I'm going to leave it there, and then I'm going to actually pull the card. But I want you to realize that you get to have control over this. And I'm not saying you need to control it. I'm saying it's not something that's completely out of control. It's just the way that you're interpreting it at this time. And I want you to really hone in on that for yourself and say, where do I feel powerless in this connection? And then ask yourself, why do you feel powerless in that particular situation, or that particular part of the relationship? And then I want you to give yourself power back by you changing how, whatever it was that led to that, in your own unconscious mind, right? Change that interaction, right? Change it for yourself to make it a more positive outcome than what it was. And I know it's kind of like, well, isn't that being delusional? In a sense, it's kind of like how when you want a certain car, you'll start to notice how many of those cars really are around you all the time, right? It's not necessarily that you're delusional and that now all these cars are appearing. It's that because you're focusing on, ooh, this is something I want, the universe will show it to you a lot more. Makes sense? So if you focus on making outcomes from anything that you've experienced more positive, what the universe will do is reflect back to you more positive outcomes rather than more not so positive outcomes. You'll have a lot more happier, more satisfying connections with people. You'll resolve issues with people, and regardless if you and this person reconnect, you'll feel confident that you did all that you could, right? You feel much better by being the person that's like, you know what? I'm going to send out an olive leaf and let's try to fix this. And if nothing happens from it, then you're like, look, I did my best. So if this person comes back and it's like, you didn't try hard enough, you can say, no, I did. Don't you recall when I did this as my olive leaf? When I reached out to you and said, hey, I really care about you, and I feel like, this is a relationship I would love to fix. Where did things go wrong? And if that person left you on red or anything like that, now there's no more you didn't try. You did try, right? So I feel like it's that thing. And I know if you're in a space where you feel emotionally triggered by this situation, don't do that yet. Okay, wait till you're in a space where it doesn't trigger you too much, because if it's going to trigger you, I definitely don't want you to do it. This is not an activity I'm asking you to do to stress yourself out. It's an activity I'm asking you to do for you to help yourself in the healing process. So that is my suggestion to you. And like I said, you know yourself better than anyone else. I am not someone that's telling you what to do. I'm giving you suggestions on things that I feel like will help you feel more positive and help you create more positive outcomes for yourself. But do it when you're ready to do it, okay? And you'll know you're ready because you won't feel triggered by the situation anymore. If you still feel triggered, it's still raw, don't do it yet. Okay, give yourself a chance to actually heal, because if that person comes back and says something mean or hurtful or spiteful, it's going to trigger deeper into that wound. But if you imagine you have a wound that's sore, right? It was infected. You cleaned out all the infection and now it's healing well. If someone accidentally taps you in that area, yes, it's still sore, but it's not excruciating pain that's going to have you falling on the floor because it's full of infection and toxic for you right now, right? It's not swollen and pussy and all. No, it's nice. It's more or less, it's scabbing over, but it's just a little bit sore still. It's still a little tender because there's still a lot of blood cells moving to that area, right? So there's a difference in healing, right? And you will know that place, right? We've all had a scab on a knee, so we all understand if an injury is infected, it hurts way worse than if it's just scabbing over, right? You bump it, you're like, bumped it, hurts. Not falling on the floor in excruciating pain. And that's what I'm saying. If you're still falling on the floor in excruciating pain, don't do this. Don't do any type of reaching out yet. Allow yourself to fully get to a point where you feel like, no, if I talk to this person and the outcome isn't the way I wanted it to go, I know I can change the outcome later and change it to a more positive outcome and keep pushing it. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to get more practice in doing those things where you change it to a more positive outcome so that you keep getting more positive outcomes. Because if you put out into the universe that you always get positive outcomes, the universe will always give you positive outcomes, okay? All right, so let me grab a card. Ooh, okay. So, I think this is interesting. These cards are very different, but they have like a similarity, okay? So the card I actually pulled was marrying for money. So collective, is this you? Is this other person that's in a committed relationship? Someone is interested in marrying someone for financial gain. Okay. So could this be the reason why this person can't talk to you? Maybe they can't talk to you because the person they're marrying has a financial hold on them. And so if they were to communicate, or if this is you collective, you were to communicate with someone outside of that relationship, it could cause you to be cut off. And now you wouldn't have access to the things you need in terms of the sense of someone, because someone else is providing for you. So, like I said, this is not for everyone. I do not believe that everyone is marrying for money. But if this happens to be you and you did marry someone who is the breadwinner of the family, doesn't matter if they're masculine or feminine, does not matter. Gender does not matter. This person, if this is you, like I said, if it's you, then it's you. If it's the other person, it's the other person. But that might be another part of why this person can't come towards you. So if you come towards them, and again, put whoever is the person that's marrying for money, this is the one I'm saying. They may not be able to actually reach out, okay? Because they put themselves at risk of losing everything if they do. They will be in the poorhouse. They will not be able to pay their bills, take care of their kids, all the things, okay? So this person understands that. They know that. And if you happen to reach out, it's different, okay? The reason I say that is because the card that shot out was Queen Rising, okay? stepping into power, praised, coming up, spotlight. Other person in this dynamic, you are the breadwinner for yourself. Okay? I know it's a queen rising, but ignore the queen. I want you to focus on exactly what's here. This is someone doing it for themselves. So one person, very two different energies, correct? One person is looking for the handout. One person is building their own bag. So obviously, if you're building your own bag, you have a lot more freedom, a lot more choice, a lot more opportunity. This other person does not have that. They don't have the options. They are a lot more restricted and a lot more dictated to. So I need you to understand that. This person doesn't mean harm. And like I said, I do feel like they truly do want this connection, this relationship. They care about you very deeply. They love you. But they can't do anything because they have to rely on their partner at this time. They're not in a space where they are in control of things. Their partner controls things at this time. Okay, and again, it doesn't matter if this is a man or a woman. I think a lot of times we see this, and because both the images have women, it's assumed that, oh, well, women, no, men do this too. Men marry for money as well. There are lots of men who marry women who make more money than them so they can be comfortable. They can live a very luxurious lifestyle. You've seen some celebrity women who have had adult encounters, right? It's a popular one where her husband had a whole baby on her. I remember that one being like, whoa, like, what? And then tried to get her to adopt the baby of the woman he had the baby with so that he could get child support from her for the child that was already his child, right? So it's not uncommon that this happens. I say that to say that I want you to realize that these two people, very different people. So it would make sense. This person's in this relationship. They do look up to you, okay? They want you to fix things because they really, truly may not be able to. They may not be able to resolve this or to fix this, but they want to. They miss you, right? It's like for this woman, she's doing her own thing. For this woman, she's a trophy, okay? And again, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, right? These could be two different people. This could be a man. This could be a woman. This could be a man. This could be a woman, right? The point of it is that the energies are so different. One person is willing to do what it takes to be their own boss. The other is willing to do anything to be taken care of. So this person obviously will admire this person. And it's not to say this person doesn't admire this person, because the tenacity you have to have and the confidence and the gentleness and the kindness to be the partner that benefits from the other partner, especially if it's like those dynamics where the wife is the breadwinner, right? As a man, there are so many stigmas around that in society about men being like the stay-home parent, the caretaker parent. So this person is overcoming a lot of things to live a comfortable life. And I don't feel like there's a need to shame this person. And I feel like there's respect here. And that is also why this person looks up to you, is because I don't think you've ever made this person feel bad for that. And that's why they love you. You've never made them feel bad because they had this energy about themselves. That there's someone that's like, I just want to be taken care of. You never looked down on them for that. If anything, you supported them. You're like, yeah, like if you're going to do it the best. Be the best version of that. Right? If you want to be taken care of, make sure you are doing everything in your power to keep your partner, confident and happy and in love. And I don't see it as like a bad thing. I don't see like this person having a bad partner. Nothing in here says they have a bad partner. I just feel like these two people are just so different that maybe the partner didn't like the personality of this person, because technically this person would have more of a personality like the partner. Right? So more like a more, not necessarily masculine, but much more of a go-getter personality. And I feel like that person didn't like that. Now, also with Queen rising, you could also say that maybe this queen, right? Maybe she did marry for money, and then she took that money and bossed it up, right? So it's not just she married for money and then she's just comfortably enjoying it. Because, like, if this is your energy, if this is you, collective, maybe you married for money, but you didn't just take your husband's money and allow it to just make you a dainty housewife. Maybe you took your husband's money and you flipped it. Maybe you found your own way to rise up in this situation so that no one could ever say that you're, someone who depends on your husband. You took whatever like allowance or things like that you got, and you invested it in ways where now you're bossing up too. So now you're an asset to your partner and not a liability. And this could be, again, either they're two different energies, or it's one person who's matured into this, or it could just be a calling to say, if you did do this, you did marry for money, you can still be a boss, right? You can still boss yourself up and become a queen. So that's kind of what I'm getting from these energies today. And I actually like this, collective. I think it's really cool. There's nothing wrong with marrying for money. And I hope that no one felt like that was like a dig at people who marry for money, saying that they're different. It's not. It's just a difference of sometimes people have to go out and make things happen for themselves. And sometimes people are just more comfortable. Like, I want to live a more pampered life. And that's okay. I am not against a pampered life, okay? In nice, breezy, easy lifestyle where someone takes care of you, who would ever be mad at that? I feel like these personalities would be different, because this is someone that is like taking power and rising up and becoming the star. And this is someone who's just kind of like look at her, look at the expressions. This woman she's got a smile on her face. Like, even though it's small, it's more because it's like she's taking like that portrait. But she has a sword in her hand. She has a chalice in her hand. Like, this would be one of those, like those pictures that they used to take where they would get them painted. These are both those types of portraits. But look at this one. She just looks like she's just there for the moment, right? Like, she's just there because she has to be there. If she didn't have to be here, she wouldn't be here. Where she looks like she's meant to be here. And that's what I mean by the difference. It's what you can feel off of the image. Right? She is where she wants to be. She is where she has to be. And that's what I'm saying. And that is a shift. That is a mind shift. That's why they're different. And I want you to, if you're in this space where you're there because you have to be, I want you to take more ownership of where you want to be. Why are you there? And choose, because I feel like this would make the difference. Right? This will make the difference for you. If you can take on the fact that sometimes there's things that you don't technically enjoy, because maybe you just don't like, maybe it's tedious and long. You're like, oh, I gotta wear all these things and they're heavy. But think of the overall, it's a little bit of discomfort, right? For a moment, to get images that look like this in the end, right? So the difference of like even just posture and things, like she's slouching, she's kind of like, ugh, where she's kind of upright and do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's the confidence behind it. I'm asking you to have more confidence. Okay? All right. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful, fabulous day. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And then in the comments, tell me, are you the queen rising or the marrying for money? And maybe you're a little bit of both. Hey, no judgment here. I just like to hear what you're up to. All right, guys. I love you very much. Mwah. Have a great day. Bye.